The story begins during my time as an exchange student in the United States. Coming from Ukraine, visiting the United States of America was a dream come true, and Hawaii was a place I had always longed to see. After a month of volunteering, I was rewarded with a week-long trip to Hawaii. The excitement was indescribable, and as I boarded the plane, my mind was filled with the anticipation of what was to come. I even remember the tracks that I listened to in my headphones during that flight. The plane ride to Hawaii was long, but I couldn't help but feel excited. I spent most of the flight gazing out of the window, watching the clouds drift by, and imagining the islands below. When we began our descent, the first glimpse of the deep blue Pacific Ocean and the lush green landscapes of Hawaii filled me with a sense of wonder. It felt like I was about to land in paradise. As the plane touched down and we stepped out onto the tarmac, the warm tropical air embraced me like an old friend. The air was thick with the scent of hibiscus and plumeria, mingling with the salty tang of the ocean breeze. I took a deep breath, savoring the moment, and felt a sense of calm settle over me. This was the beginning of something extraordinary. We were taken to our accommodation, wooden YMCA houses right on the beach. The houses were simple yet charming, constructed of dark wood that had weathered beautifully in the salty air. Large windows let in the fresh ocean breeze, and from my room I could see the vast expanse of the Pacific Ocean stretching out into the horizon. The first night I stood by the window, watching the moonlight dance on the waves, feeling completely at peace. The sound of the ocean was a constant, soothing rhythm, like the heartbeat of the island. As I lay in bed, the waves gently lapping against the shore lulled me into a state of deep relaxation. I felt a deep connection to this place, as if the island itself was welcoming me into its embrace. As I drifted off to sleep, I could hear the rustling of palm fronds and the occasional chirp of a gecko outside my window. The night was alive with the subtle sounds of nature, each one adding to the serenity of the moment. I knew that I was about to experience a week of beauty, adventure, and inspiration. The next morning, we woke up to the gentle calls of tropical birds and the sight of the sun rising over the ocean. After a breakfast of fresh tropical fruits, juicy pineapple, sweet mango, and refreshing papaya, we headed out to a coral beach for a day of snorkeling. The beach was gorgeous, with powdery white sand that felt like silk beneath my feet, and the crystal clear water sparkled under the bright Hawaiian sun. As I waded into the ocean, the cool water was a refreshing contrast to the warmth of the sun. When I dipped my head beneath the surface, I was greeted by vibrant underwater world. The coral reefs were teeming with me. Schools of brightly colored fish darted around the coral, their scales reflecting the sunlight in a dazzling array of colors. I spotted parrotfish with their rainbow hues, triggerfish with their bold patterns, and the graceful movements of angelfish gliding through the water. The coral itself was a living tapestry of shapes and textures, swaying gently with the current. It was like swimming in an underwater paradise, and I felt a deep sense of awe and tranquility. The world above the water seemed to fade away as I became fully immersed in the beauty of the ocean. The gentle sway of the water, the muted sounds of the underwater world, and the mesmerizing sight of marine life moving in harmony all contributed to a feeling of a complete peace. As I explored the reef, I came across a sea turtle gracefully swimming by. Its slow, deliberate movements exuded a sense of calm that was contagious. I followed the turtle for a while, feeling like I was a part of a secret, ancient dance that had been taking place in this water for centuries. The experience of snorkeling in Hawaii was more than just an adventure. It was a reminder of the beauty and fragility of our planet. As I floated on the surface, gazing down at the vibrant world below, I felt a deep sense of gratitude for the opportunity to witness such natural wonder. One of the highlights of the trip was visiting the Hawaiian Cultural Park. The park was a vibrant celebration of Hawaiian history, culture, and traditions. As we arrived, we were greeted with lias made of fresh flowers, their sweet fragrance enveloping us in the warmth and hospitality of the Hawaiian people. The park was a living museum with exhibits that showcased the rich heritage of the islands. We learned about the ancient Hawaiian way of life, how they fished using handmade nets, built their homes from natural materials, and navigated the vast Pacific Ocean using only the stars as their guide. The knowledge passed down through generations was evident in every detail, from the intricate carvings on the canoes to the carefully tended taro patches. The sound of traditional Hawaiian music filled the air, the rhythmic beat of drums and the gentle strumming of ukuleles creating a soothing backdrop as we explored. We even had the opportunity to participate in a hula dance, our movements guided by the graceful sway of the instructors. The dance was a form of storytelling, each movement representing a part of the rich history and culture of the Hawaiian people. As we walked through the park, I felt a deep connection to the land and the people who had lived there for centuries. The Hawaiian Cultural Park was more than just a place to learn. It was a place to experience the aloha spirit, the deep respect and love for the land and each other. The visit left me with a profound appreciation for the traditions and values that continue to shape the Hawaiian way of life. One of the most rewarding parts of the trip was the opportunity to give back to the community through volunteering. On one of the days, we spent time cleaning a beach, picking up litter and debris that had washed ashore. The sun was warm on our backs, and the sound of the waves provided a soothing backdrop as we worked together to restore the beach to its natural beauty. As I picked up plastic bottles, old fishing nets, and other debris, I couldn't help but feel a sense of responsibility for the environment. It was a reminder of the impact we have on the planet and the importance of taking care of the places we love. The satisfaction of seeing the beach clean and pristine once again was deeply fulfilling, and I knew that our efforts, though small, made a difference. Another day, we volunteered at a rice field, helping local farmers with their work. The fields were a vibrant green, stretching out towards the mountains in the distance. The work was hard, but there was something incredibly peaceful about being out in nature, working with our hands, and contributing to the community. The farmers were grateful for our help, and their warmth and kindness left a lasting impression on me. These volunteer experiences were a reminder that travel is not just about seeing new places, but also about giving back and making a positive impact. The sense of fulfillment and connection I felt during these activities added a deeper layer of meaning to the trip. Another unforgettable experience was surfing in the Hawaiian waters. I had never surfed before, but with the guidance of our instructor, I was soon paddling out into the ocean, feeling the anticipation build as I waited for the perfect wave. The water was clear and warm, and as I looked out towards the horizon, I could see the gentle rise and the fall of the waves, each one inviting me to take the plunge. When the first wave approached, I paddled with all my strength and felt the surge of the ocean lift me up. As I stood on the board, the thrill of riding the wave was unlike anything I had ever experienced. The ocean seemed to be alive beneath me, its power and energy flowing through the board and into my body. I felt a sense of freedom, the worries of the world falling away as I focused solely on the ride. Later that day, I was swimming in the ocean. I didn't want to swim too far, as the ocean is full of secrets and wild animals. But one moment I noticed a tail of a whale. It was inspiring. The sheer size and the grace of the creature left me speechless, a reminder of incredible diversity of life that calls the ocean home. As I watched, the whale swam away. It was a moment of pure wonder, and I felt a deep connection to the natural world, a sense of being part of something much larger than myself. The day ended with a beautiful sunset, the sky painted in shades of orange, pink, and purple. The reflection on the water was breathtaking, and as we made our way back to shore, I felt a sense of contentment and peace that I knew would stay with me long after the trip was over. One of the most poignant parts of the trip was our visit to Pearl Harbor. The site was a stark reminder of the events that shaped history. and walking through the memorial, I felt a deep sense of respect for those who had lost their lives there. The harbor was calm and peaceful, a sharp contrast to the chaos that had once taken place there. We took a boat out to the USS Arizona Memorial, where the remains of sunken battleship still rest beneath the water. The white structure stood in solemn silence above the water, a symbol of both the tragedy and the resilience of those who fought during the war. As I looked down into the clear waters, I could see the outline of the ship, a ghostly reminder of the past. The experience was sobering, but it also filled me with a sense of gratitude for the peace and freedom that we often take for granted. The visit to Pearl Harbor was a powerful reminder of the sacrifices that were made to the world we live in today. The nights in Hawaii were just as magical as the days. As the sun set, the sky would transform into a canvas of vibrant colors, the cloud tinged with shades of orange and pink. We would gather on the beach, the sand cool beneath our feet, and watched as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a gold glow over the ocean. The sound of the waves was a constant companion, a soothing rhythm that lulled us into a state of deep relaxation. The air was filled with the scents of salt and flowers, a combination that was both invigorating and calming. Sometimes, as we sat by the fire, we would see small lizards climbing the walls of our wooden house, their tiny feet making soft tapping sounds as they explored their surroundings. Inside the house, the atmosphere was cozy and comforting. The wooden walls seemed to glow in the soft light, and the gentle breeze from the open windows kept the air fresh and cool. As I lay in bed, I could hear the distant crash of the waves, a reminder of the vast ocean just beyond the window. The nights were peaceful, and I often found myself drifting off to sleep with a smile on my face, feeling completely at ease in the paradise. On some nights, I would wake up in the early hours just before dawn. The world outside would be quiet, the only sound the gentle lapping of the waves against the shore. I would sit by the window, watching as the first light of day began to creep over the horizon. The sky would turn from deep blue to soft pink, and the ocean would sparkle in the early morning light. It was a time of reflection, a moment to appreciate the beauty of the world and the peace it brought to my soul. As my week in Hawaii came to an end, I felt a deep sense of gratitude. The trip had been everything I had hoped for and more. Speaking to other exchange students, listening to Hawaiian music, discovering the culture, the beauty of nature, and new memories that would last for a lifetime. But more than anything, the trip had inspired me to continue exploring the world, to seek out new adventures, and to always find time to connect with the natural beauty around us. Now, as you drift off to sleep, I hope this story has brought you a sense of peace and tranquility as well, just as my time in Hawaii did for me. Close your eyes, relax, and let the gentle sounds carry you into a deep and restful sleep.